Hello everyone, myself Mayank Kumar Gupta. I am BTech first year civil student. Here I am going to answer you some question of communication skill which was given by Anup Kumar Tiwari sir. So let's begin with our question. So my first question is, what worries me most about the future? The rapid advancement of technology, particularly in artificial intelligence, concerns me. While it offers incredible potential, there is also the fear of losing control or ethical arising. Climate change worries with its potential to disrupt ecosystems, exacerbate natural disaster, and threaten livelihoods. Economic instability, societal polarization, and global health crisis and layers of uncertainty. Despite that factor, proactive measures and collective action can mitigate these risks, fostering a future where innovation serves humanity and in sustainability safeguards our planets. So, my first question was completed. Now, my second question is, how will I live knowing I will die? Understanding our mortality can be daunting, yet it illuminates the value of each moment. Embracing the transient nature of life encourages a deeper appreciation for experiences, relationships, and personal growth. By focusing on meaningful connections, pursuing passions, and leaving a positive impact, we infuse purpose into our existence. Recognizing mortality prompts reflection on legacy and the importance of living authentically. While the inevitable of death may evoke fear, it also underscores the urgency of living fully and authentically, cherishing every fleeting moment with gratitude and resilience. I will enjoy my all moment if I know I will die. So, this was my second question and it was completed. Now, the third question is, what do I need to change about myself? Self reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth, considering focusing on cultivating self awareness, which involves understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Practice mindfulness to observe your thoughts without judgment and identify patterns that may hinder your progress. Works on building resilience to navigate life challenges with grace and perseverance. Cultivate self compassion, treating yourself with kindness and understanding, even in moments of difficulty or failure. Additionally, considering fostering a growth mindset, embracing challenges as opportunities for learning and development rather than obstacles. Set clear, achievable goals that align with your value and aspirations and take consistent action towards their attainment. Prioritize self care to nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well being, ensuring you have the energy and resilience to pursue your goal. Furthermore, strive to cultivate meaningful connections with others, fostering empathy, compassion, and mutual support. Invest time and effort in nurturing relationships that bring joy, fulfillment, and support into your life, while setting boundaries with those that drain your energy or distract from your well being. Finally, remember that change is a gradual process and setbacks are a natural part of growth. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you embark on this journey of self improvement, celebrating your progress and learning from your experiences along the way. Now, this was my third question and that was completed. So let's start the fourth question. And my fourth question is, what do I want most in my life? The answer to what you want most in my life is deeply personal and may evolve over time. However, some common desire include finding fulfillment and purpose, experiencing love and connection, achieving success and fulfillment, and making a positive impact on others and the world around you. Many people seek meaningful relationships with family, friends, or romantic partners, craving love, understanding, and companionship. Others aspire to pursue their passions and interests, whether through creative endeavors, professional accomplishment, or personal growth. Financial security and stability are also important for many individuals, providing the freedom to pursue their dreams and support themselves and their loved ones. Some may prioritize adventure and exploration, craving new experiences, travel, and cultural immersion. Ultimately, what you want most in life may be a combination of these desires, shaped by your values, experiences, and aspirations. Taking time for self reflection and introspection can help clarify your goals and priorities, guiding you towards a life that is truly fulfilling and meaningful to you. And my question answer was completed. So the next question is, which is worse, failing or never trying? Both failing and never trying carry their own consequences and challenges. Failing can be difficult and discouraging, often accompanied by feelings of disappointment, embarrassment, or even shame. However, failure also presents opportunities for growth, learning, and resilience. It can provide valuable insight into our strengths and weaknesses, helping us refine our approach and ultimately achieve success in the future. Moreover, the regret of not trying can linger much longer than the sting of failure, leaving us wondering what if and robbing us of the chance to pursue our dreams and aspirations. On the other hand, never trying can lead to a life filled with missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. It can breed regret, resentment, and a sense of stagnation or complacency. Without taking risk or stepping outside our comfort zone, we may never discover our true capabilities or realize our full potential. Inaction can also perpetuate a cycle of fear and self doubt, holding us back from pursuing our passions and achieving our goals. Ultimately, both failing and never trying carry their own risk and reward. However, by embracing failure as a natural part of the learning process and summoning the courage to take risk and pursue own dreams, we can overcome adversity and unlock our true potential. So, never trying or failing, both are bad at their own position. So, the next question is it important to be loved or be loved? Both being loved and loving other are important aspect of human relationship and well-being. Being loved can provide a sense of security, validation, and belonging, fostering emotional support and connection with others. It contributes to feeling of happiness, fulfillment, and emotional well-being, knowing that we are valued and appreciated by those around us. On the other hand, loving others allow us to cultivate empathy, compassion, and generosity, deepening our connection and fostering intimacy in relationships. It promotes a sense of purpose and fulfillment as we derive joy and satisfaction from caring for and supporting the people we love. Additionally, loving others can contribute to personal growth and development, fostering qualities such as patience, understanding, and forgiveness. Ultimately, both being loved or loving other are essential for healthy relationships and overall well-being. They complement each other, creating a reciprocal exchange of care, affection, and support that enriches our lives and strengthens our connection with others. Whether we are living or receiving love, these experiences contribute to our emotional, psychological, and social flourishing, enhancing our quality of life and sense of belonging in the world. My question was completed. So, the next question is, does it really matter what other think about me? So, the answer is no. It does not really matter what other think about me. The importance of what other thinks about me you can vary depending on the context and your personal values. While it's natural to care about the opinions of those we respect or love, placing too much emphasis on external validation can lead to feeling of insecurity, anxiety, and self-doubt. Ultimately, what matters most is how you perceive yourself and whether you are living in alignment with your values, goals, and aspirations. Cultivating self awareness, self compassion, and self acceptance can help you developing a strong sense of self worth that is not dependent on external validation. However, feedback from others can also provide valuable insight and perspective that help you grow and improve. It's important to discern between constructive criticism, which can be helpful for personal and professional development, and unfounded judgment or opinion that may not serve your best interest. Ultimately, while it's natural to consider the opinion of others, placing too much importance on external validation can undermine your sense of self and autonomy. Strive to cultivate a healthy balance between valuing other perspective and staying true to yourself. So my answer was completed for previous question. So the next question is, who has the greatest impact on my life? The people who has greatest impact on my life can vary depending our individuals experiences, relationship and circumstances. Family members such as parents, siblings or guardians often play a significant role in shaping our values, beliefs and identify from a young age. Friends and romantic partners can also have a profound impact on our life, providing support, companionship, and emotional connection. Additional mentors, teachers, or role models may influence our personal and professional development, offering guidance, inspiration, and encouragement along my journey. Colleagues, peers, and community members can also shape my perspective, values, and opportunities through shared experience and interaction. Ultimately, the people who have the greatest impact on my life are likely those who support, challenge, and inspire me to become the best version of myself. They may contribute to my growth, happiness, and fulfillment in meaningful ways, leaving a lasting impression on my journey through life. So, the answer of my all question was completed. Thank you everyone.